Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining me tonight. I know I've been MIA. I was out of town for work, and y'all, the time got away from me. Okay, I was so busy while I was on my trip that I ended up working the first night that I got into Atlanta until almost 10 o'clock at night. So I'm happy that you're here with me now. Let me get the keyword in the comments. So this is the gingerbread transfer, okay? It is called, let me tell you, Gingerbread Baking Company. Hi Denise, welcome. How are you? Okay, it comes, well, you can buy, it doesn't come with this, but you can buy the little background surface for it, okay? It fits perfectly on there. Plus, with this surface, there's a few little pieces, a little gingerbread man or woman, and the little banner. So we are going to have a little bit of fun tonight with this. Now, I'm going to start with my cutouts because, let me see if I can, because as you can see on here, I'm hitting buttons over here. This part and that part are on the cutouts first, and so I feel like I could put that down first, and then I can go back and I can do the full surface. Hi Lisa, hey Alma, hi Joanne, welcome, hi Stephanie, how are you? Hey Joni. All right, so I wanted to do something a little non-traditional tonight, so I pulled out Couture Teal and Couture Pink and Silver. Hi Marixa, how are you, love? And I thought that we could use those, okay? So I am gonna fuzz really quickly before I start. Let's see if I can do this without sticking it to itself. All right, there we go. All right, so I am gonna fuzz just a little. I'm gonna fuzz the entire transfer though, because even though the parts that I'm about to do are basically all silk screen, I don't want this to be super, super sticky still whenever I stick it to the full thing, because it may not seem like it, y'all, but it's gonna stick to this. Okay, now this is reusable. If you want to reuse it, we're gonna actually glue on it tonight, so it's gonna not be reusable. Now you could absolutely, if you want to, use a piece of tape to glue your stuff on there, so that you can take it off if you want to. But to me, I don't see me redoing this transfer on this surface. So this isn't like something where you would switch it out, and in my opinion. Now, if you have a different opinion, that's great. Now, it is great for the reusable is great if you make a mistake, okay? Which you may see that tonight too. Who knows what's gonna happen, honestly, okay? So I'm gonna just line this up on this little banner, and this thing is gonna fit just perfectly. I love that. If I can get it lined up, that'd be good. Okay, so there we go, all the way down now. And again, we're gonna do hot mess with these three. Now I think, I'm changing my mind a little bit here, but I'm thinking that I might do, I'll go ahead and do hot mess. I was thinking maybe I would do a single color, but I think I'm gonna go for it. Hi Sandra, how are you? So we've got Couture Coral, we've got Couture Teal, and we're gonna use silver too. It's been a long time since I've really used silver a lot. I think I used some the other night, but I really haven't used silver as much as I would like to, so we're gonna go for that. And I'm going to, hi Patsy, how are you, love? So you can comment the word new, and you can get the link to get all the stuff to make this. Sorry I've been MIA, y'all. I have been just crazy. Working like a fool. So I am actually gonna be out of town again next week for a couple of days, and I fully intend to do lives while I'm gone, but you know, life just gets away from you. And I'm gonna be actually with my big bosses at our home office. So hopefully they won't keep me too long. I know we do have a dinner, I think the first night that I'm there. But, you know, I like to dine and dash. Leave those guys in the dust, okay? They can feed me and then I can get out of there. So hopefully that will happen and they won't hold me hostage there. All right, so just simple hot mess technique. Just put down the colors any old way that you like. No rhyme or reason to it whatsoever. I am going to hold my squeegee over here so that I can reuse it here in just a second. And y'all, this looks perfect. Okay, exactly what I was looking for. And totally non-traditional Christmas, but I've been seeing a lot more teal and pink Christmas stuff. Hi Marie, how are you, love? Welcome. And I love that idea. So why not, right? Now, here's my little gingerbread lady, okay? And this is going to be a lady gingerbread because we've got some little embellishments that are going to go on her clothes. And so we definitely have to only use coral, okay, and silver because she is a flashy lady and she is not trying to wear teal today. Okay, so we're going to just use these two. And I'm going to do the same thing, just splotching paste down very randomly. And I'm going to, I have another squeegee right here that I'm going to use. Hi Evelyn, how are you? Welcome. Again, just going to cover my entire little gingerbread lady. And y'all, the embellishments we're going to use are so cute. I'm so excited. I haven't really used these until tonight. So stay hanging out with me because we're going to doll this little lady right up. Okay, here we go. Now, super easy. And again, these are the chalkable shapes, okay? You don't have to paint them if you don't want to. You obviously can if you like, okay? But look how pretty she turned out. And just a little bit of silver with the sparkle, you know me. Have to have a little sparkle in my life. Look at this burn, y'all. I burned myself so bad right before I left to go out of town on my oven. That's what I get for cooking dinner. On Sunday night, I was pulling dinner out of the oven and got myself with the pan. Oh my gosh, it was hurting so bad that first night, and I couldn't close my arm because it was like right there in the crack of my arm, right? And so I got some gauze and I wrapped it up with like a piece of tape and some I've been putting tons and tons of Neosporin on it so it doesn't, hopefully it doesn't scar. Put Neosporin on it and some tape and some gauze, and I went to sleep. And whenever I woke up, I went to go take a shower and I pulled that tape off of there. And y'all, I think I must be allergic to whatever's in the tape because I had like a really bad reaction to it. And that was hurting more than anything else. Okay, I've still got this moss all over my desk apparently. I don't know what's happening. There's no moss to be seen here, but this transfer found the moss that was left over from that project like over a week ago. Okay, so, my goodness. All right, I just want to get it out of the places near the silk screen, okay? I don't want it to be anywhere near my silk screen because it will cause my paste to leak, okay? And that's the last thing that we need or want here, okay? So I'm just going to press this down really well all around, and I'm just not pressing it in the places that I did the border, that little, whatever that is, it's not a border, banner, I don't know why I called it a border, and my gingerbread lady, okay, although I could because it's not going to hurt anything, okay, I've got it good and pushed down now, I think. Dozer is out there squeaking his squeaky toy like a little maniac, and y'all, I didn't know this, but Chris told me yesterday that apparently Dozer has now ripped up our lime tree in the backyard. Okay, so again, we're going to use teal. And we're going to use the coral and the silver again, okay? Ripped up our lime tree. He also has decided that he's going to help himself to bottles of water out of the pantry and take them outside and chew them up. Because he's Mr. Destructo. He also just takes off with things. Like the girl that cleans my house, so she came a couple weeks ago and she left her little brush that she uses like on her grout, okay? And in my bathtub, I'm in my shower, okay? And so I'm like, I'll just hold on to it, obviously, for you. Whenever you come back, it will be here. I put it on my bathtub in my bathroom. That's just out in the open. It's not a big deal, right? And when she got here, it wasn't there. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I knew exactly what happened. Dozer got it at some point and took it somewhere. I have no idea where because it's not outside. And chewed it to bits, I'm sure. And so I ordered her another one, but I'm like, really, dude? Things that I don't even own, that aren't even mine for him to destroy, are being destroyed now. So, and bottles of water. So, I don't know what's going on. Hi, Mary. How are you? Okay, so I think we're good and covered now. I'm going to use a small squeegee, just because a mini is just still, I think, too big. Or too small for something like this. Now, I'm not real worried about that banner or going over where my gingerbread girl is, because we're going to cover that anyways here in just a minute whenever we attach our stuff to this. Now, the other thing I would like to do is use the rest of the paste that I would have gone to waste from earlier. This is probably way too much paste, but I'd rather have more than not enough, more than I need than not enough, right? You can always spare a little, right? But it stinks to have to go and try and add more, especially when you're doing hot mess. Because it just, you have to splotch it on, right? So I am kind of mixing these a lot, which I didn't intend to, but that's okay. You can do your hot mess any old way that you like. Use as many or as few colors as you want. I mean, just 2 works just fine also. I mean, that's a lot of paste that I sort of wasted, but that's okay. I covered my whole surface, it looks like. I missed a little spot right here. Let's get it. And I just am doing one last final check just to be sure. And I thought I got it on my shirt, which would be okay because paste is entirely washable. It doesn't stain really. And I mean, it's not going to stain my black shirt. Ink, on the other hand, is not washable. So careful with that because it's not going to come out easy. Oh my gosh. I'm loving this. I just have to say that I really, really love the teal and the coral and the silver for that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so let us, real quick, just clean up our area so that we don't make a mess or leave our paste open for too long, let it dry out. We don't want that. I don't want to get any more air to it than absolutely necessary, okay? But of course, if you do leave it open too long and it does get a little bit dried up, you can always just add some water, distilled water, and give it a good stir, like with a multi-tool or a detail tool works great, and bring it back, right back to life, pretty much, okay? So it's not a huge deal if you leave it open, even overnight, but I don't recommend it, okay? Thanks, Donna. Glad you like this. All right, now I want all this stuff to dry very quickly. So we're gonna make it dry. Let's see if I can, okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to put her right in here so that I can dry her. And my little banner too, just so that it helps me dry it a little faster, okay? Hi, Carlene, welcome. Thanks for joining me. We're making a fun little Christmas, some Christmas decor. It is hot, hot, hot here, okay? Over 100 degrees every day in Texas and Houston. And I'm just ready. Okay, I went to Atlanta this past week, and it was cool. It was like 70 degrees, but super humid. It was grossly humid there, actually. Hey, Gail, how are you? So yeah, I'm ready for some cool weather. By the way, as Gail shows, you are welcome to comment the word new, and you will get the link to get all the stuff that I'm making tonight right directly from my website. It'll send you a message. So if you've never messaged with me, you might have to check your message requests, okay? You also want to make sure that this is entirely dry. So because we did Hot Mess and we used silver paste, which is a shimmer and takes just a little bit longer to dry, you're going to want to make sure that it's really, really good and dry before you start moving on with the rest of this project, okay? So, and I do get a lot of questions about sealing my projects. I hardly ever seal anything, okay? Unless if it's going to be outside, like in direct contact with some kind of weather, I rarely seal anything anymore. I used to all the time, and I don't. So I wouldn't require it. I mean, I've got different decor around my house that I've packed up and moved and used for the holidays, and then packed up and then pulled it back out again, and I have not had much problem at all. Plus, whenever I went to Pinners with Chalk, they brought out all the stuff that they had from the catalog, like all of the products that they used for the catalog photo shoots. Not a bit of it was sealed. Not any of it. So if they don't seal their stuff and then they pack it all away and bring it across the country multiple times, I think you're probably good to not have to, okay? And yeah, it's super stinking hot, Donna. I can't keep living this way, is what I want to say. All right, so now my banner is going to go up here. All right, so I'm going to hot glue right on here. Now again, you can totally not glue directly on here if you would like to potentially take this apart later, redo the colors. But what I'm thinking is that this would be something that I would either add a hanger on the back so that I can hang it on the wall, or get me a little easel and prop it on an easel on a surface somewhere in my house for the holidays, and then pack it away whenever I'm done or whenever Christmas is over, and then bring it out next year, okay? And then I would probably use the transfer for a ton of gifts and other cute stuff. Maybe even like, y'all, this design would be so good for like an event. Oh my gosh, people would love it. So, yeah, people love finished stuff. Okay, so here is my glued together little gingerbread lady. Now, I'm not done here, okay? I have these, let me show you this. Okay, so this is some, I don't know if maybe you can see the side better, maybe. These are little pearls. Let me see if I can pull one out. Oops. They're flat back pearls too, which is great. Okay, let me see. I don't know if I can pick this up. Now, they're all different sizes. Okay, so I went ahead and I pulled out some a minute ago that I thought would work nicely. And I also did not want to embarrass myself and try to tie a bow on my live. So I have this itty bitty bow that I thought would be a perfect little hair bow for her. Or I have a big like Southern style bow. Now, you can tell me what you think. I think we need the small bow though. And then I'm thinking, I've got these little pearls. I have some tiny ones right here that I want to use to give her some little earrings. Okay. She's going to be so cute and just dolled up, ready to go for the holidays after I'm done with her. And if I can pick this up, it'll be great. So she's got some little pearl earrings. And then I was thinking, I have these other ones that are a little bit bigger that I can use for her little buttons. So don't forget, you can comment the word new. Yeah, I think the small bow too. The big one is just ridiculously big. It, like I said, Southern style bow there. Okay, so I've got her little, all of that. I need to glue them on still. Okay, and then I have her little bow that we can put right in her little hair. Hi Barbie, how are you? Okay, and I'm just going to dot the tiniest bit of glue here, okay? I don't need a lot. I don't want glue all over the place, and a little bit goes a long way, all right? So I'm just going to put that right there, her little hair bow, and then I need to come back. Isn't this cute? I think it is too. I've been seeing this whole pink and green trend, or pink and teal trend really, for Christmas all over the place. And so I thought, you know what, I'm not really a big red fan. I'm just not, okay? I don't mind it for Christmas decor, but if I can get away with pink and green, or pink and teal, pink and silver, I'm on it right away. I'm not messing around here, okay? All right. Now, I redid my nails today, and maybe that might have been a mistake. They're not long, but like, I feel like I could be more nimble without nails on my hands, but whatever. But this is kind of fitting because my nails are like a pearlescent too. All right, she's got her little earrings on, and then I want to definitely give her some little cute buttons. And I want it to be very clear that she's a lady. Obviously, she's wearing pink icing. Thanks, Carlene. I'm glad you like this. So yeah, make sure that you comment the word new. You can get the link to get the stuff that I'm using tonight. And I also included my link to my Etsy there for you, so you can go check that out. I'm thinking I'm gonna start adding some decor items to my Etsy to see if I can get rid of some of my projects that I make every night. So keep an eye on there. Make sure that you go follow. That is my finished little gingerbread lady, okay? She's a sassy gingerbread girl, and I think she's pretty cute. What do y'all think? Make sure that you give me some hearts. Share this with your friends, and comment the word new to get the link to get all the stuff to make this yourself. And make sure that you follow my page. Whenever you comment new, you'll also get a link so that you can sign up for text alerts, so that you know when I'm going live, okay? So that you can come follow along. So make sure that you come join me. I will be here again tomorrow night. I will see you all then. I hope you have a great night and a wonderful Friday tomorrow, y'all. It's Thursday, thank God. I love you all. Have a wonderful evening. We'll talk soon, okay?